So we're going to run this now and make Cookie Monster ice cream, which is a... Oh, he's back. You know, you can find an answer that you want for anything.
No. I apologize. What it is?
He's apologizing. Oh, hold the tape. Flag it. He's apologizing. Flag the tape. Please go right ahead.
Sherbet.
Yes.
Has dairy.
Thank you. Sherbet has dairy. But we all knew that. You're a good man for admitting that you're wrong.
Carry on.
Thank you. I will. All right. I'm impressed. See, that's why I work with Jeff, because he's a good guy.
Dave.
Yes.
What is an approximate cost for the 2.5 gallons or 5 gallons that you get at a time?
Jeff, can you field that?
What's the question?
How much is this bag of dairy product?
$37.
And this will make
2 bags to a box.
Yeah, this will make 5 gallon. This is a 2.5 gallon bag. This will make 5 gallons of ice cream. So,
and if you want something really good, if you're a coffee drinker, put that in your coffee instead of milk or cream.
Yeah,
that's the best.
Jeff, is sherbet a big seller for you, or you don't follow that?
Yeah, I do pretty good in sherbet. Certain flavors, of course. I make a sangria, which is really popular.
Now, do you put wine in that? Now, is there any issues with like liquor? Right? Do you need a liquor license?
the liquor is a yes and no. You have to talk to the state. Where I'm from, New York, who has got a regulation just to breathe, they are actually fairly liberal about the liquor. They will have certain percentages, and the best thing to tell you is you have to talk to your state and see what they say about doing it. Now, it's interesting. Jeff said he does well in sherbet, and a lot of times things come back to demographics. If you opened up in a young, trendy area, they've never heard of sherbet. They have no idea what it is. Jeff's market is the largest retirement community in the United States, and they are an older group, and they know what sherbet is, and they love the product. So, again, you match what you're making to the market you're going to. So we're going to pour the dairy product in.
Seriously, if you're having coffee, man, it's the best.
In fact, I keep referring to the secret ingredient, skim milk. Skim milk is heavy cream with all the fat removed. In dairy terms, we call it milk solids, not fat, but you don't have to remember that. What it means is we took all the fat out of the cream, and what was left over was the good stuff. And the good stuff is skim milk. So if you want to do something right for your body, drink skim milk. But if you want to do something great for your body, eat Jeff's ice cream.
Want some of that special cream in there? Oh, yeah.
I'm running this as a ice cream, so I'm putting 5 quarts in, and I could get a maximum of 10 quarts of ice cream out, but I'm going to lower the speed on it a bit. So my recipe, which I don't have anywhere, and I don't need it, on this one. That's yours. Okay, I'm going to put in, I like a lot of vanilla. Jeff uses even more than I do. Yours is what, an ounce to a quart? That's a lot of vanilla, but I'll tell you, vanilla is great. There's nothing, someone mentioned Breyers before. There is nothing worse than an ice cream that is under-flavored. You know, it's like, why are you wasting my time? So I put 5 quarts in. There is 3.5 ounces of vanilla. That'll be good enough for my recipe because the predominant flavor is not vanilla. You'll see what's coming. But I'm going to start this up, and I'm going to hit super premium, which super premium is going to be 165 revolutions per minute as opposed to 234. I'm turning on the refrigeration. I'm starting a timer so I have an approximation, but now I'm going to add a lot of sugar to this product, so it's going to take longer to freeze. And what is the sugar? Do I have a bag of sugar? No, I have cookies, and cookies are sweet. So this will take longer to freeze than the vanilla will. And the recipe is such that you can eat 2 or 3 of the cookies yourself and not mess up the recipe. And if it wasn't going on tape, I would do that. This is the only machine in the world that you can do this.
If I understand right, you're using the cookies instead of sugar?
Oh, I'm not. I meant sugar in the standpoint of it's sweeter than vanilla ice cream. Therefore, the freezing time, the mechanics of it, will be longer than vanilla ice cream. No, I'm not adding sugar. I'm adding cookies, which the first ingredient in cookies is sugar. So we got some cookies going in there.
You don't have to break it down.
No, the machine will break them down. You can't even put them in any other machine because their opening is so little. You couldn't get a cookie in there if you tried. Be right with you. Next come the Oreo cookies. Usually if I'm doing a demonstration with other companies, this is what I make because they can't even begin to do this and it just kills them. They hate to see me coming. Jeff, could I have the Hershey syrup, please? What do you need? Could I have the Hershey syrup, please? Is that open? All right, so we got a couple of different types of cookies in there. How about some Ghirardelli chocolate chips? Think that would be good? Let me know if we get to a point where there's too much chocolate in here for you. Remember, don't try this with any other machine. Yeah, why not?
Why not?
And how about some Hershey syrup? I love Hershey syrup. Oh, man, the stuff's great. Let's just kind of let that go in there. And I'm sure somewhere there's a formula for this, but I'm just getting something that you're going to love. And we're going to let that freeze. And like I said, with all that sugar in there, it's going to take longer than vanilla ice cream. And what I'm going to do with it is, like Jeff, I'm going to put it into the pie crust because I give these out to people. Now, I'm a little bit older than some of you, and here's when you get to be older, like Jeff and me, here's the greatest trick in the world. The more specialized a doctor is, the longer you have to wait. I'm missing an eye. I had to go to an eye specialist, and the lady said, "Your appointment's at 3 o'clock. Bring War and Peace. You're going to be here for a while." And I thought, not me. You know, I'm from New York. I don't wait for anyone. So I walked in with ice cream, which of course is melting. And I brought ice cream and cups and spoons, and I said, "Hi, receptionist, here's some ice cream for the doctor." Well, don't you know I'm the first person in for that appointment, and he and his wife are sitting there eating ice cream while I'm saying, "Do you mind putting that down for me? Look at my eye." And so I did that. This guy was a real specialist. He only took oddball cases, and I guess I'm an oddball. And so I did that for about 3 or 4 times over a couple of years. Then one day I get there and I bring ice cream. And I sit, and I sit. And it's 3 hours. I say, "Hey, what's up? I brought ice cream. Why am I not the first person in?" She said, "The lady before you brought fresh baked chocolate chip cookies." I got hold of that doctor. I said, "You're such a turncoat." But it's a great way, if you're going to a doctor's office, bring ice cream. It's always welcome. So I think these ice cream pies are a great idea too, because the trouble with ice cream at a dinner party is you get someone like me who isn't paying for the ice cream, and they're just heaping it on, and people really don't want that much. If you have a pie, then they can say, "Oh no, I'll just take an inch slice, or give me half the pie." You can better the person getting the pie can better adjust what it is they're going to eat.
And it's also a great sale after they eat their ice cream in the store to take home the pie.
What would a pie cost retail going out the store? One of yours?
That's a joke, isn't it?
No.
Cost? What's a pie cost?
Oh, pie chart.
$10?
Maybe I'll ask a pie chart. $10?
That's $10.
$10 is a bargain when you think about it. I think that's great. That's a good price.
Want me to open some of those?
Sure. No. Be happy to have you do it. Another thing that's big, I don't know about Jeff's business because, again, he's specialized. You're, what, 6 o'clock at night till 10 o'clock at night? I got to tell you about Jeff's business because he won't tell you. It's just the greatest marketing thing in the world. When you get to be a little older than me, you're sitting with your wife, and your wife says, all right, you're cut down. You only get 2 glasses of wine tonight. That's it, no more. All right. So you have your 2 glasses of wine, you have your dinner, and then about 8 o'clock at night you say, hey, let's go out for ice cream. Let's go over to Jeff's place, because we know Jeff's putting a little bourbon in the ice cream. And so that's a big draw. So he has all adults coming to his store for a little taste of bourbon and just fantastic ice creams. And imagine running a business from 6 till 10. That's it. But he has to spends all the rest of the day getting ready for it. But if you get a chance to visit Fruit Loop, Florida, it's terrific. It's not Fruit Loop? No. What is it? Oh, Fruitville. Oh, it's Fruit Loop. Oh, Fruitland. Okay. Over there on the sign, the camera can't see it. It's Mystic Ice Cream, Fruitland Park, Florida. Remember Fruit Loops, and you'll never forget his business. So let's see how this is coming. It's churning away. Yes.
Do you ever throw one of those cookies in, like the last part of the previous last 5 minutes? Would that keep them from absorbing all the liquid into the, breaking them down and becoming too much?
The question is, what if I put the cookies in the last couple of minutes? Well, what I want is I want the heavy, strong taste of the cookies. So I put it in the beginning. It'll grind them all up like a Cuisinart. If I wasn't filling pies, I'll give you 2 terms that I use that I invented called fruit flavor and fruit identity. I would normally take half my cookies and put them in the machine and grind them up. And if you were blindfolded, you would taste it and you'd say, oh yeah, that's Cookie Monster ice cream. You take the blindfold off and you say, well, where's the cookies? You can't see any pieces. So if I was working with a big tub, I would then take... Not you. I would take each cookie and break it in my thumbs into 4 pieces. And so I've got the fruit flavor or the cookies in the machine. Now I want the identity. So as it's coming out, I would open the gate halfway and I would shake my cookies in. So that when you look in the tub in the ice cream parlor, you can see that it's a cookie flavor, but you can also see pieces of cookies. That's a little hard to do when you've got the pie fillings to fill, because I want to show you the pies. The way I would do it in a store environment is I would add the cookies, like I just said, as it's coming out into a 2.5-gallon bucket. And then I would refill my pies by hand from this. But I want to show you how you can just fill. Sorry, this is calling me. I want to show you how you can fill them right from the machine.
Swallow.
I'm trying. Look. So, a little bit about the infinite overrun control. If you take heavy cream and put it into a bowl, and may I borrow your whisk for a second? If you take this whisk and stir it like that, you're going to end up with heavy cream. If you take Jeff's handy-dandy mixer, which we may get to see later, electric, and put it in here and run it at high speed, you'll get whipped cream. That's the whole concept behind my infinite overrun control, is the faster you spin it, the more air you get. Or conversely, and more important, the lower you spin it, the slower it goes, the less air you incorporate. It's really very simple. The reason no one has been able to copy it in 12 years is when you slow down a motor. Let's say you're in your dining room and you're dimming down the lights from 100 watts to a romantic 15 watts. When you do that, you're taking the power away from the light bulb. It's no longer a 100-watt light bulb, it's a 15-watt light bulb. Thank you. If I put a dimmer switch on this machine, my 3-horsepower motor would then be a 1/8 horsepower. It could never possibly pull through 40 pounds of ice cream. But with my system, it's called torque. How powerful is your motor? No matter what speed I run this at, it is still a 3-horsepower motor. And that's what no one's figured out. So I have as much strength here running at this slow speed as I do at high speed, and that's why we can make every product on Earth in this batch freezer, every product that can be frozen. You know, you mentioned frozen yogurt, which is almost finished being dead. There's still a few crazy people opening it up. But that product is a fad. But if I wanted to make frozen yogurt here, my advantage would be a soft serve machine is just strawberry flavored frozen yogurt. There's no strawberries in it, just strawberry flavored. Here, the strawberries are going right in, and I would be scooping the ice cream. Now, see how that cuts off? That's ready. Turning off the refrigeration. And I honestly don't think I can do this as well as Jeff, but I'm going to give it a try.
Here, put one of these down.
Okay, and do you use a spatula?
No, it settles. That's way too much.
That's way too much?
Way too much.
Okay. Why don't I let you do it? Because you're
That's
the pro.
okay.
No, you're the pro.
Well, it's not. It's just getting the knack of it, that's all.
Okay.
Did you stop the machine?
I did. The refrigeration. Now, when we get towards the end of the batch, if I want to get the last bit of ice cream out, you'll see me, I'm going to speed it up just to help push the last bit out. Other people copied something I did 20 years ago, which was a 2-speed machine. But their 2-speed, mine was 2 speeds of refrigeration. You could freeze on low or high. All they have, Capajani advertises a 2-speed machine. The second speed is just for extraction. You know, you turn it up to high speed just to push the product out because it won't come out. But imagine just selling these for $12. $10. Well, I think you should raise it to 12.
Well, when you come, I will.
Okay.
How much do you have in one per pie?
I have no idea. I don't know.
12
ounces. 12 ounces?
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you figure an ounce is? 10 cents?
Oh, I don't know. You're going way past my curve.
We don't work that way.
Way past my learning curve.
As long as his Mercedes gets paid for, it's priced right. Actually, Jeff has a shiny red truck, which is his pride and joy. I remember when he got it, he knew that he had arrived because he went out and got the vehicle of his dreams, right?
Well, I just this week bought another car. I bought a 1978 El Camino.
Whoa, nice. Now I'm going to take the speed up. I'm just, hear it? Now I'm at full speed just to get the last bit of product out.
Or you can take the spatula.
And the spatula. Here's a little trick.
Steve, how often do these machines need to be serviced?
Once every 10 years.
Really?
Actually, the blades, the question is, what about service? Every 2 years, there's 2 $7 O-rings that you change. Every 5 years, you change the blades. Everybody else changes their blades at 6 months. We go 5 years because they're spring-loaded, which means at 4 years and 11 months, they're scraping just as well as they are
No more pies.
at the other speed. Is that it?
That's it.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze these up, and then later this afternoon we'll try one of these. You hit a very low speed.
I thought I hit ice cream.
I'm really big on in traditional ice cream parlors selling pints of ice cream. You can fill them at the machine if you're quick, but you freeze them down hard and you have them for people to take out. There's a place on Cape Cod. There's a lot of ice cream parlors that we have on Cape Cod, but there's one I is familiar with, 4 Seas Ice Cream. It's a place, Cape Cod is a place where you go for a week and you meet old friends that were there for a week 2 years ago. So you're seeing old acquaintances from Ohio and San Diego, and you're from New York. It's a very family-oriented place. He starts selling ice cream at about 11 in the morning, and people are lined up for ice cream cones. But then they come back at 4:30 in the afternoon and buy 3 or 4 pre-frozen pints of ice cream because they're having those friends over for a barbecue. And so he's selling them twice. He's actually selling them 3 times. They'll buy an ice cream at 12. They'll buy pints at 4:30 in the afternoon to take home, and they always buy more than they really need. And also, there's the trade who's just walking around the Cape at night, and hey, it's 8 o'clock at night, let's go get an ice cream cone. So he's hitting 3 different market segments, and a very important part being that he's filling small containers. And by freezing them solid, I don't subscribe to hand packing pints because the person is there. It's very labor intensive. It's more expensive than you really think, and it just isn't all that sanitary. If they're prepackaged and frozen, see, we have differences. If they're prepackaged and frozen...
When you go into a store, isn't it cool when the guy you ask for a pint, he actually makes the pint, fills it above the rim, squishes the top on, and hands that's better than going to the freezer and giving you something.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. When they go to fill the ice cream, and they are filling it, I couldn't agree more. It is fast, it's quick. In fact, I have places like Fenton's Ice Cream in San Francisco. It's been around for 50 years. All the movie stars go there. They have their credit cards on file. They're going up to Lake Tahoe, and they don't want to be bothered with us little people. So they call into Fenton's, give me a pint of this, this, and this. It's prepaid with their credit card, and they have the chauffeur jump out of the car. They have a separate line. He grabs the ice cream. The chauffeur jumps back in. And
when the chauffeur comes into my store, I'll give him a pre-packed one.
But people like it fast. I even recommend, because pints are such a big business, that you have a separate line. It doesn't have to be manned, but you can say pints only, and so if someone's working over here, they can run over here. The person's already picked their pints, they grab it, and they go. When I was a little kid, I was 5'5" in every direction, just about as fat and ugly as you could get. And I always thought that the young lady at Baskin-Robbins liked me, because when I would buy a pint of ice cream to take home, she's filling it and she's overfilling it, and she's barely getting the top on it, to bend over, and the ice cream's melting all down the sides, but she must really like me because she's giving me all this ice cream. A pint is called a Chinese pint when you buy Chinese food or when you buy ice cream like that. It doesn't hold a pint. It holds less than a pint. And if they don't overfill it so the top isn't barely closing, they're breaking the law. So that's why they do it. So she didn't really like me. But it's so much easier.
You want to serve some of this? You want to serve some of this?
I think there's no way to cut it right now. I thought we would do it after it's frozen.
Okay.
Sammy, come here, girl.